fun. Living in that real world.
Hey guys, good evening and welcome to my exciting channel. We're discussing Mandela effects and of the like. Thank you for joining in. Welcome all Mandela effectians. So I have a brand new Mandela effect for you guys. This is huge. And this involves the Chamberlain's case, Lindy Chamberlain, back in 1980. Now let me ask you guys, you all remember that famous quote, every movie, TV show pretty much has quoted it as the dingo ate my baby. Now, in this reality, it's the dingo took my baby. Recall Vector did a video on this back in August, and Theresa, Lynch, thank you for sharing that with us. But yeah, if you guys want to see his original video, please go ahead and like and subscribe his channel. He does a lot of great research, and he plays cool music during his videos. So yeah, by all means, check out Recall Vector, okay? Not sure if he originated it, but it's important to give credit to people who actually posted it. So that was the first one. And then like somebody here said, Bell Radio says, I started mocking this line before anyone else back when movies and their clips were reviewed on the TV news. This scene was the one they played. It was then in seriousness. This movie, let me just point out, okay? Let me bring up something about it's called Evil Angels, the name of the movie, or A Cry in the Dark. Okay? And this is actually a dual part Mandela because we have Sam Neill. His name for me changed. It used to have only one L, and now his name has two L's. It's so freaking weird now, looking at Sam Neill's name. If you look, Evil Angels, 1988, while on vacation on the Australian outback, Seventh-day Adventist priest Michael Chamberlain, Sam Neill, it looks like N-E-I-L-L now, and his wife Lindy, which is played by Meryl Streep, and her name, just in case it changes, M-E-R-Y-L-S-T-R-E-E-P, discovered that their baby Azaria is missing from the tent while she was sleeping. Lindy claims she saw a dingo leave the tent with something in its mouth. Initial evidence supports the Chamberlains, but negative media coverage, unfounded rumors create a shift in public opinion as people began to suspect the couple of murdering their baby. This was on November 3rd, 1988, Evil Angels, okay? And it got Academy Awards. So here's the actual clip of the scene. Let me play this for you guys first, okay? Because now it says the dingo took my baby.
There's dingo in the tent. Did you go to university, Red? Dingo took the baby! God, no, please, God, help me. The dingo took my baby!
You guys heard that? The dingo took my baby. Let me play it again.
God, help me. The dingo took my baby!
That's what was claimed, okay? And the movie, I think, is pretty much mocking what actually happened in reality. Here's proof right here. Dingoes ate my baby. Now this is actually what you're looking at here. I believe this is a band on if you look at Buffy the Vampire Slayer, they had a band called Dingoes Ate My Baby. Now it says here, a dingo ate my baby is a phrase attributed to Lindy Chamberlain, Crichton, and also to Meryl Streep's depiction of Chamberlain in the movie A Cry in the Dark, also known as Evil Angels, about the death of Azaria Chamberlain, an Australian baby girl who died in 1980 in the Northern Territory. A dingo ate my baby, Urban Dictionary, another piece of residue here, refers to Azaria Chamberlain disappearance. The incidents occurred in Australia in 1980. A baby disappeared under mysterious circumstances near Uluru Rock. The mother, Lindy Chamberlain, camping with her family, claimed to have seen a dingo carrying her baby from the tent, and immortalized the phrase, "The dingoes got my baby." Now it says here, "got my baby," but in the actual movie it says "took my baby," so maybe they have it wrong here. But it used to be "eat my baby." The dingo, or "ate my baby." The dingo ate my baby is what it was. I remember that. She was convinced of murdering her baby, but later acquitted when new evidence suggested the baby was in fact killed by a dingo. Hence the line, "A dingo ate my baby," which is true. according to proof back then, the dingo really did eat her baby. And this is what a dingo looks like, in case you're not familiar. This is a dingo. The dingo ate my baby, a horrifying true story behind a pop culture joke. Now, this is it's a true story. There's a dingo. It's an Australian dog. I wouldn't want one of those around my baby until I figured out if it was safe or not. But I don't think so after watching the movie. You probably heard the phrase, the dingo ate my baby, at least once in your life, it says. Elaine mimicked an Australian accent, and she said it on the episode of Seinfeld. Now, I've got that clip, too. The words became a punchline and lost their meaning. I also had the Tropic Thunder one. They lost their meaning as it carried down the pop culture like a bedtime story, but the true story behind the phrase is no joke. It's about a horrifying child death and a grieving mother who was falsely accused of her murder. So, August 17, 1980 was like any other hot, sticky summer night in Australia. Lindy and Michael Chamberlain took their family camping in Uluru, which is now known as Ayers Rock, a national park in a central part of the country. I imagine they had to change the name because of the supposed murder. While all seemed normal, the family didn't realize how vulnerable and exposed to the elements they were when they set up camp that night. The night would prove to be far from typical. Hours after setting up camp, Lindy and Michael were having a barbecue. Wow, let's put another shrimp on the Barbie. And with the other campers, when they heard cries coming from their tent, it was their 2-month-old daughter, Azaria. I can't believe they left her by herself. Lindy approached the tent and she saw a wild animal shaking its head violently and growling. The animal fled, and Lindy was shocked to learn Azaria was missing from the tent. This is always why you never leave your child within arm's length, especially that young. You have to be in arm's length. Lindy frantically ran from the tent, shouting that a dingo took her baby, and she chased after it into the night. A search team was called in to help find the missing child, but all they found was a dirt-covered jumpsuit Azaria had been wearing when she disappeared. Immediately, the police were suspicious of Lindy. When the mother appeared on local news, she described her daughter's apparent death in horrifying detail. Even more concerning, the public couldn't believe how casually the mother described the scenario. Oh my God, yeah. I mean, I'd be frantic. As in the case carried on, Lindy appeared in front of the cameras. Everyone insisted she wasn't behaving like a grieving mother. She looked too pretty, she was all well dressed, and she didn't cry enough. She wasn't showing enough emotion, and she had smiled too much. Oh my goodness. She wasn't behaving exactly how they imagined she should behave, so they assumed she was guilty. The authorities thought the dingo story was absurd and far-fetched, and they believed that Lindy murdered her daughter and buried her in the desert. Their theory was that Lindy brought her crying child out of the tent and into the family car, and she stifled the daughter's cries by slitting her throat. And they came up with the theory that a minuscule drop of blood was found in the family car, and traces of blood were found around the neckline, oh my goodness, of her jumpsuit. What? Lindy and Michael went on trial for the murder of their daughter, and it all played out like a TV drama, and it would become the most publicized case in Australian history, sensationalizing the death of the infant and creating the villainous mother every step of the way. This is crazy, guys. Yeah. So the Chamberlains' religion was even brought into the case, too. They were believed to be part of a satanic cult and sacrificed babies. And Lindy was turned into a witch and burned at the stake in the hands of the local news reporters, so to speak. Then a then-pregnant Chamberlain was found guilty of the murder of her daughter and sentenced to life in prison. Her husband, Michael, was charged as an accessory. Chamberlain would spend 3 years in prison for a crime she did not commit. And it was another person's disappearance that would lead to the truth of Azaria's death. A hiker had been rock climbing in the area, and the family camped that night, and he fell to his death. When a search party recovered his body, they found a missing jacket in front of a dingo lair. The jacket belonged to Azaria. The jacket was a crucial piece of evidence because Lindy had insisted her daughter had been wearing it the night she was taken. Then police learned that the blood found in the family car wasn't blood at all. The Chamberlains were released from prison, but the state didn't confirm. How did they say it wasn't blood at all? Blood is blood. They should have had it tested. The Chamberlains were released from prison, but the state didn't confirm the version of events until 32 years later. Oh my God. And this, I believe this was back in 2012, like 6 years ago. Now, the couple was rewarded $1.3 million for the wrongful imprisonment, but they would never get back what they lost that fateful night. Their reputations were ruined. So, yeah, the media played a large part. See, the media has the power to completely shift public opinion. Again, here's some like proof that it was the dingo ate my baby from Tropic Thunder.
Hey, fellas, it's hot. We're tired. It
I'm
stinks.
fucking with you, Kangaroo Jack.
I'm sorry, a dingo ate your baby. You know, that's
I'm sorry, a dingo ate your baby. Is what this guy says. Check out the dingo ate my baby on Conan. A dingo ate my baby. Now, this is from Supernatural.
Look, I'm just saying that it's crazy, you know? I mean, even for us, crazy. Dingo ate my baby, crazy.
Dingo ate my baby. Crazy, see? From Supernatural. Here's Bart Simpson in the episode where he calls to a man in Australia. Check this out.
I don't think so. You're all the way in Australia. Hey, I think I hear a dingo eating your baby.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, you heard that? That's from The Simpsons. Even they mocked it. Now what you're looking at here is Chris Jericho on WWE making fun of Fandango.
Fandango ate my baby-o. Fan B-I-N-G.
You guys heard it?
Tango. Fandango ate my baby-o. Fan B-I-N-G. Bingo was his name-o.
Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, so in pop culture you can definitely see the signs here. It was dingo ate your baby or ate my baby, one of the two.
Maybe
This is from Seinfeld.
the dingo ate your baby.
Maybe the dingo ate your baby. Let me play that again.
Dingo ate your baby.
Okay, so you guys heard that. So Seinfeld fans finally figure out maybe the dingo ate your baby reference. It took 32 years, but the story was finally verified. The Australian mother claimed a dingo, which is a wild dog in the outback, took her baby, it says. The now well-known line, it says here, the now well-known line, the dingo ate my baby, has been repeated by many, but apparently understood by few. Seinfeld and pop culture fans remember the line from the Seinfeld where Elaine repeated it. However, Dennis and others who watched Seinfeld didn't know where the line came from. You can listen to it, the dingo ate my baby, below. See? It says here, you can listen Judy talking about the dingo ate my baby line below. Let's see.
Big Seinfeld fan? Are you?
His mates are all gathered around and he says, "Watch me wallabies feed."
Some shrimp on the babby, and you want to watch me wallaby?
And I was wondering what that reference was from. Her conviction determined, the coroner said a dingo did take the baby in 1980.
So Elaine Bennis was right.
A dingo ate your baby. And there were
Yeah, a dingo ate your baby. You guys heard that? Hold on, let me go back to that one. Okay. So, in the 1988 movie Crying in the Dark, or A Cry in the Dark, the story has been verified. The dingo did in fact eat her baby. But she was accused of murder, you know? Maybe the dingo ate your baby. Seinfeld. But this is, 32 years from 1980. That would have been 2012. Right. So that's about right. The key timing, 2012, in that area where the case was finally confirmed. But this Seinfeld episode, you can see, it seems like it's before 2012. This is in the 90s. Maybe the dingo ate your baby. Elaine, see? The dingo ate your baby. Maybe the dingo ate your baby. So thanks, Theresa, for the residue. Okay, so here it is. This explains, it breaks it down in detail, the Seinfeld Season 3, Episode 10, called The Stranded. There's a part where Elaine is sitting on the couch with some other people, and one woman, I believe the host of the party, is talking about her fiancé, putting heavy emphasis on the word fiancé. Elaine says to her, maybe the dingo ate your baby, to which the woman looks a little confused. Did Elaine say this for a reason? Besides being random, is there a reason pointed out she was alluding to, or was she mocking the woman? So she's paraphrasing a line from the movie. A Cry in the Dark, starring Meryl Streep, uses a New Zealand accent, and the movie was based on a true story. So yeah, there's the scene that I showed you guys, the tragic incident. Again, this shows all the references to pop culture. This is where I got my sources from. Dingoes ate my baby. A dingo ate my baby. Right? And if you go here, you can look at all the ones. If you want to pull them up, Hot in Cleveland even references it. Modern Family. And while I was hunting, that episode of Bart Simpsons, that was Bart versus Australia. And it's funny how one thing leads to another with the Mandela effect. And while I was researching it, I found the residue of the American flag where the red stripe is directly below the blue. This is from Bart versus Australia. See? The red stripe directly below the blue. Red, white, red, white, red, white, red. And then you have white, red, white, red. That's what I remember. Another interesting thing about The Simpsons, they're playing Dash Dingo, which is like a mobile app where it's almost like Crash Bandicoot. If you guys are gamers, if you remember Crash Bandicoot, only it was with a dingo. And here in this episode, you see another residue of the American flag where the red is directly below the blue, the red stripe. I wanted to play I was going to play a short clip of this one, but if you want to look at more reference material, this guy does a pretty good job explaining the case. A dingo ate my baby is what it says right here. He's talking about Lindy Chamberlain, first satanic sacrifice, ? So yeah, if you're interested in that, please check that out. And also, if you want to like Bill Smith, that was published just recently, August 8th. He talks about it. No body or skull was ever recovered. Clothes recovered 3 years later after Lindy exhausted her appeals and was going to do life in jail. The clothes, here's the thing. The clothes had no dingo DNA or saliva. Lindy was found guilty of murder. See, but there's no dingo saliva on the jacket or anything. I mean, or DNA. You would show definitely. That's crazy. So yeah, again, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for checking me out. Have a great Mandela Effect night. God bless.
In the sense of peppermints, the color of time. Who cares for the games we choose? Little to win, but nothing to lose.
I got what I deserved, you know.